Welcome to Builder Information Systems Video Learning Center. This tutorial will provide an initial overview of the BIS full installation process for both a single system installation and network installation. Please note that the full installation process for Builder Information System requires the BIS installation CD. If you're installing BIS for the first time in your business environment, you will also need the license disk or file that accompanied your initial installation CD, or the most recent license upgrade if you've purchased additional modules or users since your original purchase. With Builder Information System, there are three basic installation scenarios. The first is a single system installation. BIS is only installed on one workstation, and the company's data is only accessed from that one workstation. Note that this can be changed at any time to allow the data to be shared and accessed from other workstations in a network environment. The second and most common is a network installation, capable of having BIS on multiple workstations that access shared data which resides on a standalone server. This requires network access and uniform drive mapping on each workstation, which will be discussed in greater detail. The third scenario is the BIS Enterprise installation, in which BIS may be installed on multiple workstations in a network environment, and the BIS Enterprise Edition is also installed on a server, which additionally allows remote off-site access to BIS and the company data along with network access. The BIS Enterprise installation will be covered in a separate tutorial. Note that the basic BIS installation on a workstation is the same for each scenario. What will differ is where the control folder and eventually where the company data folder or folders will reside. The control folder is a special folder that functions as the gatekeeper for controlling who can access the company data folders within BIS and what rights or permissions they may have within that data. Please be aware that the control folder can have any name, but we strongly encourage naming it control to eliminate confusion. When BIS is initially installed on a workstation, the first time the application is launched, a control folder installation prompt appears indicating that a control folder must be created and that this folder will hold a list of all companies accessible from this system. The prompt allows you to either type the path or browse and select the location and then type the folder name. If you are initially planning to use BIS on a single workstation, you can create the control folder close to where the BIS program directory resides. As mentioned earlier, with a network installation, the control folder location will be in a shared directory on a server. It is important to keep in mind that mapping for the shared directory must be identical on each workstation that will be utilizing BIS. Example, if you're using a drive letter mapping, the same drive letter is used on all workstations. Example, the Z drive. Let's look at the actual installation process. As mentioned earlier, you will need the current BIS version installation CD and your current BIS license disk to start. Single system installation. Step 1. BIS installation. Insert the BIS installation CD into your CD-ROM drive. The installation prompt should appear automatically on your screen. If the prompts do not automatically appear, use the Start button Run option within Windows to go to the CD-ROM drive and select the setup.exe file. You may first receive a user account control prompt. Do you want to allow the following program from an unknown publisher to make changes to your computer? Click Yes. The Builder Information System installation splash screen will appear. Note the Read This First section provides system requirements and complete installation instructions along with enhancement information and other vital information. To initiate the installation, select the Version Full Installation link on the main screen and again on the next screen. The Preparing to Install prompt followed by the Builder Information System Install Shield prompt will appear. Click Next. Then welcome to the Install Shield wizard for Builder Information System. Again, click Next. At the License Agreement screen, you may read and/or print the End User License Agreement. When ready, select I accept the terms in the license agreement and click Next. On the Customer Information screen, you may enter a username and organization and select Install this application for anyone who uses this computer and click Next. Note the destination folder's default installation location is C:\BIS. We strongly recommend always installing to the default location. Click Next. Click Install on the next prompt. The installation process will commence, providing status information as to the various software components as they are installed. When Install Wizard Completed appears, click Finish. An Update Installation prompt will appear next. Continue through the process of applying the update until a second Install Wizard Completed screen appears. Again, click Finish. You may now exit the installation splash screen and remove the CD. You now have a BIS shortcut on your desktop which will launch Builder Information System. Note the location of your program directory for the next step. Step 2. Before launching BIS. Before launching BIS, the license file config.dbf needs to be made accessible on the workstation. If on a disk format that is available to the workstation, insert the disk. Otherwise, you may need to utilize some method to copy the config.dbf file to a folder on the workstation. This may require transferring the file to an acceptable media or emailing the file to the workstation. Step 3. Launching BIS. Once the license file is accessible, launch BIS. You will be asked for three things. A. The location for a control folder. B. For your license disk. And C. Where you would like to place your demo company data. When asked where you would like to place your control folder, it is recommended that you browse and select the local drive path C:\BIS when installing a single system installation. Again, this will differ when installing a network installation. Once the path populates the control folder path field, type Control on the end of the path, then click OK. A prompt will appear. Control folder is not found. Do you want to create it? Click Yes, and then click OK. A second prompt will appear indicating, note, you have selected a local drive for your control folder. A local control folder will not be shared with other network users. Click OK. Next, the license disk installation prompt will appear. Please insert the disk labeled license in the folder specified below. At this point, browse to either the drive or folder where the config.dbs file resides. Do not browse all the way down and select the file. Click OK. Then click OK on the license disk installation prompt. A second prompt will appear with modules, edition, serial number, and the number of users reflecting your company's license information. Click Save. Next, the Install Demo Company prompt appears with a recommended data folder location, allowing the sample data company to be installed on the workstation. The demo company is a valuable training tool, and it allows you to test features and functions without using your data. I recommend installing it. However, if you choose not to install this data, it can be installed later. The login screen will now appear. Use the magnifying glass icon to the right of the company field to select Demo. Then use the magnifying glass icon to the right of the user ID to select Admin. Click OK to log in. The system access process will start. If a warning prompt appears indicating the sysmail, sysprint, and sysrep file is not found, don't panic. Click OK on the prompt. These tables need to be created in the new installation. Note, if needed, additional information may be found in the installation manual, available in PDF format on the installation CD and on our website. Network installation. The most common configuration for running BIS in a business environment is a network installation capable of having BIS on multiple workstations that access shared data which resides on a standalone server. The installation process on the workstation is essentially the same as a single system installation, except that when BIS is launched and the prompt appears asking where you would like to place the control folder, you will either type or browse and select the path on the network where the control folder is to reside, and eventually where the data will reside. This requires network access and identical drive mapping on each workstation that will be utilizing BIS. That is, in the event that drive letter mapping rather than UNC Universal Naming Convention is utilized, the same drive letter must be used, and the directory's path must be the same on each workstation. Using the Universal Naming Convention is acceptable when the prompt appears. Map network drive. While it is outside the scope of our support to provide network-related assistance, it is helpful for you to understand the map network drive process. The map network drive process provides a convenient way to access a shared area on the network. The process itself is straightforward. First, a directory or folder is created on the server. Then the folder is shared, making it available to others, and the user privileges to the folders are set. At this point, the map network drive process may be completed on each workstation. To map the drive on a Windows 7 workstation, launch Computer by either double-clicking the computer icon if available on the desktop, or by selecting Computer in the Start menu. When the computer screen appears, select Map Network Drive in the menu. The Map Network Drive form appears. First, select the desired available drive letter using the drop-down to the right of Drive. Next, either type the UNC path or browse and select the shared folder using the Browse button adjacent to the folder. Check Reconnect at Logon if it's not checked, and click the Finish button in the lower right. The drive folder will open. You may close the drive folder. Once the folder access is available, complete the BIS full installation on the first workstation. Launch BIS on that workstation. When asked where you would like to place your control folder, browse and select the shared directory, example /. Once the path populates the control folder path field, type control on the end of the path, example /control. Then click OK. A prompt will appear. Control folder is not found. Do you want to create it? Click Yes, and then click OK. From this point forward, follow the earlier mentioned steps to apply your company license and install the demo company, and proceed. Now moving forward, when installing BIS on all subsequent workstations, when it asks for the control folder path, either browse and select or type the control folder path, example /control. Once the control folder path is selected, click OK. The BIS login prompt will appear.